welcome to my channel. So it's been a little while since I've filmed one of these, so I feel a bit weird. It's been, I think, maybe a month or so. Today I'm here because I'm doing a collab video with Cassandra, and she will also have a video on her channel, which I will link below and everything, and I will put some clips in so you can see my version and her version. So we decided that we would do, because we're on opposite sides of the world, Australia, it's beginning to get warm. I've actually just had to turn off my aircon, which I'm not happy about, but it's very, very loud, so we'll have to live with that. But I've done a bit of a summer version here. I'll see if I can put some pictures and clips as well of me. It's hard to see. So I've made a summer version and she has made a sort of more of a winter autumny version. So this is a pattern. I've got the instructions printed out. I kind of like printed instructions. I know that's kind of bad, it's a bit of a waste of paper, but I just like having them there. But so this is the South Shore Romper by Ellie and Mac. So this pattern, I didn't actually know about this pattern company until she mentioned this to me. So okay, I've got my stuff back together. So I'm very grateful for that, because if you look on their website, they've got a lot of really nice patterns. I'll leave the link to this one below. I did buy one other one. I'm trying to remember what it was. But yeah, I was like, oh, I like that one, I'll get that one too, but I didn't need to, but I should, anyway. But so this is, yes, the South Shore Romper pattern. So what I liked about this, and I think what Cassandra liked about this as well, am I saying that right, Cassandra? It better be, is there's so many different versions of it. So if you look at this picture here, this is just on the instructions, but I can overlay some of the other pictures from the website. There's so many different like ways that you can make this. Like I've got this with the short sleeve, and I'll talk about all that later. And you can make it with long sleeve, or like, you know, 3/4 sleeve, or what do you call this sleeve? Like, what is that? Just like t-shirt sleeve length, I guess. There's like a lot of options to this pattern, which is what I quite like. So that's why I've done this summery version, because it's getting hot here. It's really starting to warm up over here. It's not summer yet, but pretty close. So for the sizing, I'm looking at the book now. So it goes from extra small to 5X large. So the bottom measurements for the bust is 29 to 32.5, and then the upper measurements are 57 to 60 inches, and then the waist, the smallest, is 23.5 to 24.75, and then the upper measurements are 52 to 56 inches. So because it's like extra small, there's like a range for each size because it's stretch fabric. And for the hip, lower hip is 33.5 to 35.5, to the upper one 60 inches to 63. I guess I can put that there. So for me, because my bust is quite small, I am about 32 inches, 31 inches, depends on what I'm wearing. But so the bust for me, I picked the extra small, which is 29 to 32.5, and I thought that would be fine, because if you go to the next measurement, it's 33 to 34, so that would be a bit much for me. And then the waist is, because my waist is about 26 to 25, depends really. The extra small waist is 26 to 25, so that works for me. And then the hip, because my hip's usually 37, but it's gone down a bit, it's about 36, so the extra small fits with that. So for the hips, and I found the fit really fine. There's quite a lot of give to it, and it's got gathering at the waist, which I don't know if you need, but it does. And it also has like a little belt. Yeah, so the bust fits fine. You can sort of see a little bit of pulling here. Like it's a little bit pulling. Yes, it's like a little bit pulling at the waist, but it's not like tight. It's weird. But, and this is great, there's no gaping, so that's great. I'm always worried about gaping because I don't have much, but because it's a stretch fabric, it's great. But I did notice with the fit on my arms, I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, I don't know if you can see that sort of, it's very tight. Like just my arms, like here, everywhere is good because I did grade between the sizes. So I will probably just take that band off and then just bring it a bit further down for the armpits. Like you can kind of see it's very tight. I just, like it's okay, I just don't like how that feels. So yeah, I might just bring it down a bit more so that there's a bit more area here. That's for the sizing. As for this fabric, I got this fabric from Spotlight. I think it's a rayon spandex. I found this fabric really nice to work with. It's not as like lightweight of a rayon as some fabrics can be. I'm pretty sure it's a rayon. It's not, if not, it's just a cotton spandex. But it does, yeah, it's a bit lighter, and they do have it in a few colors, so it's actually quite a nice fabric, I would say. Very soft. I would say it was pretty quick sew. So yeah, I would say it's pretty beginner friendly if you want it, or maybe if you have sewn jersey knits before. But if not, it's quite, I would say it's relatively easy. It's quite an easy sew. Like there's obviously no zips, no buttons, there's no none of that. The only thing that can get a bit annoying hemming, that can get a bit annoying sewing jerseys or even rayon jerseys, especially rayon jerseys, is when you're hemming them. But I got this tape called, I'll see if I can put a picture of it, called Heat Bond, and this is the first time I've used it, is in this project. This stuff is great. I heard about it from the Dahlia Society. What's her name? Yeah, I know her YouTube channel, the Dahlia Society. She's from Melbourne. Yeah, and she mentioned it in a video that a couple videos back, I don't know, a few videos back. So I thought I'd get some. And now I've finally got around to using it. And this stuff is fabulous. Like, if you have problems hemming, because sometimes when you hem, the sewing machine can stretch it down and then it gets a bit wavy. So that really helped me out. Another thing to mention is a lot of patterns now these days are doing something called, what's the word? Layered? So their patterns are layered. So you can unclick the layers, so you can only print the sizes you want. But me being a dummy, I didn't do that. So I just printed them all like a dummy. But remember that, because it's really handy, because sometimes, you know, with the glasses, and even just if your eyes are 100% fine, is cutting between lines and stuff when things are really close can be a bit annoying. But if you can just turn off the layers, fine, sorted. So that's awesome. I really like layered patterns, and I get really disappointed when I get a pattern and it's not layered. I'm like, oh, damn. But these were. So, oh, also, this one didn't use too much fabric. I'm trying to remember how much it did. I definitely got too much fabric. I always do that. I always get too much fabric for what I should get. Also, you can add pockets, so that's great. Always love pockets, but I was way too lazy to do that. I was just like... Also, sometimes I think in stretch fabrics, if you have pockets, it can sort of like weigh it down a bit and like contort and make the thing a bit weird. Oh yes, the instructions. That's what I should talk about. I thought these were really good instructions. I think there's even a video. Yeah, there's even a video on how to sew this one, so that's great. What else is there? Oh yeah, they also have like really great instructions on how to measure yourself, and also if you need to alter the pattern slightly, she's got some great instructions for that. Oh, the only other thing is I was a bit of a dummy and I sewed the two fronts together. Like if you look at the instructions, if you've ever sewn pants before, like one leg and the other leg, but I did 2 fronts together and 2 backs together, and then you try to put that inside and that doesn't work, and it's on overlocking, so I had to I had to unpick the overlocking. Yeah, this fabric feels really nice, but I'm definitely gonna have, you can sort of see there, see how it's sort of, yeah, it's definitely too tight. Just needs to be lowered. So I'll have to unpick some more. Great. So definitely go check her video out. I will have that linked below. Go check her Instagram out as well. I'll put that below as well. Somewhere here. Below. So hopefully I'll be making some more videos. I did take some time off and I didn't make any videos, or I was a little bit sad because unfortunately about a month ago, I believe it was about a month ago, I have 2 dogs. One of them had to be put down. She's about 14, so she's old enough. But unfortunately we don't really fully even know what she had, but basically she started a heavy breathing for about a week before, or a week and a half before, and she sort of was going like a bit odd, so I went and took her to the vet. And she also did, before that, she did do some vomit and she was having diarrhea, and so I took her to the vet and they said, oh, maybe she's got gastro, so they gave me some antibiotics and they gave her some painkillers and stuff. I mean, it didn't seem to improve, so again I took her back. They said go get an ultrasound. Essentially it's like go to this dog hospital and get an ultrasound. So basically they weren't really sure. So we did take them to the dog hospital, and it's pricey. We did get an ultrasound and they didn't find anything wrong with her stomach. They didn't find any like cancers or anything. And there's a lot of specialists there. It's like going to see like a specialist in like they have all sorts of different specialties, but it's like going to see like a specialist, like a gastroenterologist or a, you know, a urologist. It's the same sort of vibe. So that lady did the ultrasound, she had a look, she couldn't find anything. She had like 5 or 10 of the other vets there have a look at her, and they like narrowed it down to her there's a voice box, I think it's called a larynx, I can't say that word. But they said basically either it's like inflamed and something's irritated it, like maybe she's ate something that sort of like poisoned her a bit, or maybe you know, something's irritated it, like a chicken bone or something. So they were like, okay, we'll give her steroids and antibiotics, and if that calms it down, then that's what it is. But, which it obviously didn't, it might have been like a cancer or something. So basically time was going on and she was finding it more hard to breathe. It seemed like she was using her belly and she was really getting to the point where she was exhausted. Trying to do this without crying. Yeah, and the last night was pretty hard. It was like 3 a.m. and she could barely sleep. But we previously wanted to, the day before we were looking at her, I don't think she's getting any better, and I don't think that this is okay to let her suffer through this. So we called them up, but it was like late in the evening. It was like 2 or 3 and they didn't have any more appointments, so she just said to give more of the steroids, and then the next day we would come in and she will assess her and see if she agrees with us that it's time. And we went in the next day at 12. Yep, so we went in the next day, and as a family we put her down. My boyfriend was there as well, and he was very sad. But it's just one of those sad things about life that happens, and we had to make that choice. Probably should have done it earlier, but yeah, that's why I've
probably not been making videos for a little bit, but I feel like I'm feeling a little bit better. It's been a month. I'm okay now, but it's just very sad. So I'm sure a lot of people can understand. A lot of people have dogs. Bit depressing and end of the video. But anyway, hopefully I will be making more videos because got it together a bit more now. And I will see you in the next one.